Ready?
Hey!
Brought everybody in. Why not?
Hey, these are the days.
There's Michaela Jada. Johnny.
Hey, Michaela, I sent you a link, darling. Get in here.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I sort of upset a celebrity this weekend.
Hey, sir.
What'd you do?
Did you see the picture?
I don't think I did.
There's Ryan Permissi.
Hey, Ryan.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
I was getting my picture made with Eric Estrada. Let me go ahead and find it. Probably one of the last pictures I uploaded.
Prophetic words.
Yeah, there was some upload to it, all right, or download. Let me find it.
Oh,
Okay.
and hello to Dan Darden as well. Oh,
Hey, Dan Darden. And yeah,
hope he's all right.
we were taking, I don't normally pay to get myself picture taken with a star with my camera, but Eric Estrada's, one of those in that level.
Yeah.
And as we were taking the picture, a little something happened.
Oh, dear. I can just
people photobombing other people's pictures. That happens every time at a convention, pal.
I've got a $20. I got a $20 bill says it was flatulence.
Yep. The lady in the background is Mrs. Joe Dog, Donna.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Yeah.
Ted Davies is in the room.
Hey,
Ted.
Ted.
Hey, Ted, how you
Ted's
doing?
everywhere tonight. He was on CBS just a moment ago in the chat, anyway.
Yeah. Ted,
Yeah.
the package arrived today. Everything is in great shape. Getting a frame for the cover art here sometime this weekend. The Little Big Book is amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And I was trying so hard not to laugh.
Oh, well, Joe.
But
It's just part of being
I cannot believe that Joe farted on Eric Estrada. That's like just.
let's just say it was it was a pew rattler.
It probably reminded him of the motorcycle from the show.
Yeah.
Joe was doing a motorcycle impersonation just for chips.
Yeah. I take a few weeks off from this show and I come back and the first thing I hear is about bodily functions. Why?
Shit, that's every week. What are you talking about?
I mean, I did not sign up for this, man. This is
You did.
This is a little bit above my pay grade here, Dan.
Oh, sorry.
Man.
I'm not sharing any of my paycheck with anybody except all those congressmen that keep dipping into it.
Wait a minute, we're supposed to get paid?
Yeah, I'd be in good shape if I could just claim them on my income tax. I mean, that's 500 freeloaders right there.
Well, I wonder if you can claim 330 million Americans as dependents.
No.
Be nice to have $3 million in cash. That would be nice.
Getting close.
Can we get that made? Can we make that happen?
Well, what
I
do you
don't
think
know.
of somebody that pays $11 billion in income tax, and then they say he's not paying his fair share?
Are they hiring?
I don't know. That's a strange thing. It's a strange thing. But congrats on getting the extra hours and the extra pay there for yourself, Dan. You're rolling in the dough, man.
Well, I will be rolling in a little bit, mostly waiting. It'll only be ankle deep.
Now,
okay.
Dan, will this count towards your retirement?
Everything I get for the regular 40 hours a week, yeah, and I am at a higher pay grade doing this job.
Wow.
So normally my job is a grade 3, which is $24 and change an hour. This is grade 4.
Oh my gosh, man! In the words of my good friend JR, business has just picked up.
Yeah.
Man.
No,
if
Dan,
JR
why
and
you?
Jerry the King Lawler were here, they would have a field day with Michaela Jade's sense of humor.
Yeah. Dan, where I work, they took your last 3 highest years' pay. They lumped in your overtime too as part of your retirement.
Our retirement is based on the pension is based on with the new contract, it went up from $51 to $52 a month for every year of seniority. So my pension will be $52 times 46 years, 45 years and a couple of months when I retire. So
what did I just do?
No, 46 years. That's right. So I'll be doing
years.
fairly. Yeah, I've been there.
You've worked more than most people can do in a lifetime. Good for you.
I have been there since 1978.
78. Wow. That was the year after that little indie film came out, right?
Yeah,
I got that little indie film. Yeah, that's about to turn 45 in a couple weeks, actually. Yeah.
Yep, I got to see that one opening night myself with my college friends. So that was fun. That was fun. And
what was that? Saturday Night Fever?
No, I missed that one.
That's another film that Michaela Jade has never even heard of, much less seen.
I missed that one, but I did get to see. Logan's Run in its opening weekend.
Sure.
Actually, weird thing about that, I like the movie more than I like the books. But
okay.
The movie had such great
not because anything's wrong with the books. It was just a much more condensed story.
Sure.
So
you got to look at they just had such great actors in Logan.
Jenny Agutter. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
There you go. Michaela Jade, she's writing down all these titles.
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
This is the Continuing Education of Michaela Jade, brought to you by your good friends at Stupid O'Clock.
I think Michaela has much more interesting things to write. By the way,
yes, she does. I got her newsletter the other day.
You sold 3 ebooks over the weekend, dear.
That's awesome.
Well, I have yet to read them, but when I do, I'll leave a review. Hey,
that's good though. Hey, I'll take it.
I'll put them on my Kindle. I get to read at work. On my breaks at work. That's the only time I get to read for pleasure.
Oh my
when
God.
I'm at home,
if
I'm not writing, whatever I'm reading is stuff for submissions for Apelian now. So
right.
Oh boy.
No, I get it.
I've got
I've talked
short
about
stories
before,
that I have to edit, and
behind me is this entire bookshelf full of my friends' books.
Look at that giant shelf.
Tell me about it.
I don't have time. Like my friends' books are on one side, and then on the other side, I've got all these books about battle and war.
Oh, really?
Research.
That was the other half of your shelf that you didn't show us on my show last week. Now I've seen it. Yay, we've covered both sides of the coin. By the way, it's good to see you, Michaela.
Well, it's good to see you too.
Always good to see you.
Speaking of which, it's good to see you, Ryan. I'm glad.
I was going to say, I've been sitting here for 30 minutes. No one's acknowledged me except for Dan. But anyway, yeah, it's good to be here. Good to see you again, John. Bill Sarton selling those prints, making millions of dollars. I love it. Joe, I don't think you and I have had too much experience being on camera in the same studio together, but we'll get used to each other in a couple of years. And Michaela, I've known you for like what, 2 years since the plague happened because of the whole rising tide thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, good to see you. It's very good to see you all. Yeah, and Joe Dog, it's always good to see you, man. One of these days I'll get down to HallowCon.
Yeah.
I'm like a
nice.
fungus. I just kind of grow on people, so.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Just like money grows on trees.
Is Ryan
Oh
going
crap,
to be
Carl's here. I
Liberty
gotta
Con?
get back to work.
Hey, Carl, good to see you. Isn't that right, Carl? Isn't that right? Man, Carl and I have a very special Throwback Thursday kind of relationship. It's very nice.
Okay, so we just learned that
I know,
Ryan,
weird stuff about
we
Ryan
just learned-
101, yeah.
Ryan's got hidden cameras
Yes.
in Carl's house because
Mhm.
he said it was good to see him
It was.
when none of the rest of us can see him.
Oh,
No,
we
we
need
can't.
the
can't
Facebook
see
Another
user.
Facebook user.
Hey,
Howdy,
make sure you
Facebook user.
give StreamYard permission to use your identity.
Yes. Let me see if
Do
I can.
it.
where
Do
to
it
find it.
now.
Do it.
Give
Where's
them-
my good
give
friend
them
Tyler
their
Booth?
so-
Do it.
All they want is your social security and your bank account number with routing number, and you'll be good to go.
Nice.
Carl, you are way too kind to me, man. You said you're watching the comic book fellows over there, but you muted them because you would rather hear us speak. That is
Oh.
amazing, Carl. I'm proud of you.
It's good to see you, Dark Knight Batman figure.
Oh, good. Oh, there
I
it is.
am
Now
angry senior citizen Dark Knight. Why did Frank Miller have to make me this way? I can't even join AARP.
I'm Batman. Oh, speaking of which, I saw the Batman finally.
Oh, what'd you think of it?
The new one, I got to be honest, I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. My only nitpick about it would be that it could have been 10, 15 minutes shorter. This was a 3-hour freaking long movie. But other
Hey,
than that,
they're
I
called
actually-
little people,
I
not
know,
short.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
But no, otherwise, Dan
Mike
and company,
Wilkie,
I
okay.
enjoyed it. I think Pattinson's really good as the new Batman. I think Matt Reeves has been a great director since I met him on the Planet
Mike
of the Apes
Wilkie's one of my
franchise,
friends.
So Matt Reeves is killing it, man. And by the way, the Batman 2 has officially been greenlit, but like no one thought that was not going to happen. Come on, guys. So yeah, the
Hey.
Batman 2 is coming out in a couple of years with the same cast and the same crew at the helm. So Matt Reeves.
I read something
job, man.
today for you Walking Dead fans. I read something
no.
today. The lady that plays Carol
Yes.
in the series has declined to sign on to the Carol and of Norman Reedus's character,
Daryl.
Daryl.
Thank you.
And his other brother Daryl. And
Hey, Zach.
Hey, Zach.
hey, Zach, he needs to get in here too. He's been busy.
Yep.
He's had Launchpad has been busy all week. I keep
Jeez.
getting notifications all over the place between Discord and YouTube and everything else.
Awesome.
So she denied to be in the spin-off series. So I guess that means Daryl's just going to be by
So
himself.
it's basically going to
with
be a Daryl
crossbow and a
series.
motorcycle, and it's just going to be Norman Reedus hanging out with himself.
Him and dog. That's it.
Yeah, that was actually broke this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
Duct tape will fix it.
Yeah.
Brian, have you been watching any of the latest seasons of Walking Dead with Princess?
I
How?
don't watch Walking Dead.
Okay. Well,
Sorry, I know it's been on for like 20 years, and some people have said it's been on
I
for
haven't
10 years
watched it
too
either,
long.
so.
But
well,
I mean, they're doing like 5 spin-offs when this the current series ends. So
Yes.
good for you, AMC. You're rolling in the money.
Yeah.
Rolling in the money.
well, I was talking with one of the major characters this year, and I said, hey, there's a fan rumor going around. I haven't read the comic books,
Sure.
but Princess is part of the Commonwealth and has been romantically involved with Mercer for years. The look on that girl's face was turned and looked at her agent. Her agent looked at her with the jaw dropped open and like,
Nobody told them?
Wow.
and she says, I can't say either way. And she just ducked her head
We
down.
can guess.
Do what?
We can guess.
I mean, half the time they don't even use the stuff in the comics on the television show
Yeah.
anyway, because that's what TV shows are. They are an adaptation, but they are not a word for word character for character, panel for panel adaptation, folks. Get it through your heads. Movies and TV series are different from comic books. Just enjoy all three mediums for what they are. Don't put so much, don't nitpick so many things.
And
And don't go see The Hobbit for Tom Bombadil. Okay, don't go see.
Well, they got this thing going on in Vegas right now called CinemaCon, where the Association of Movie Theater Owners like dive in and they drop all their news for like upcoming releases and whatnot. They gave the title of the sequel that nobody asked for and nobody cares about for James Cameron's 40 Avatar sequels. So they announced Avatar 2, and then they showed footage in the title card reveal. It's called Avatar 2: The Way of Water. Yeah. What a great, stupid, no good title for a sequel that nobody asked for.
Wait a minute.
Nobody begged or pleaded for James Cameron to say, hey, let's go back to the Avatar series for another 5 films, shall we? James.
Is that the right Avatar? Because it's not like Airbender where you
No. This is Avatar from 2009 that started the 3D movie craze for about 2 minutes, and then Hollywood realized, hey, this whole post-production of movies in 3D isn't going well. Let's stop doing it. Thank you for stopping.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's a little nugget of news for you there, folks. Avatar 2: The Way of Water is coming out in 2023.
Tell us how you really feel, Ryan.
Well, what about Titanic? What about James Cameron Titanic 2? How are they going to pull that one off?
Yeah, no
Great question.
A boat sunk.
They'll adapt the Clive
The boat sank, Michaela. Yes, it did. In April 14th, 1912, believe it or not, which was 2 weeks ago. So, hey, there you go. Fun fact for those of you who may not know when that tragedy took place.
I'm going to ask Ryan a question real quick.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, it's
go ahead.
It's kind of in your ballpark.
Yeah, I'm used to being tortured with questions. Go ahead.
Oh, good. Anyway,
what's your favorite color?
The Last Starfighter, Disney's The Last Starfighter. They're supposed to be doing a sequel.
Yes.
Have you heard anything about it?
It's in pre-production.
It's been
greenlit.
I was going to say that idea has been in production. I don't want to curse on this, but production heck for a very long time. And I'll say this though, I saw The Last Starfighter for the very first time during the lockdown, and I liked it. It had a spirit to it. I really liked it. So if they are going to move ahead with a sequel, reboot, whatever, go for it, because I liked the original. I liked the score. I liked the themes of it. And then the girl, who was the girl? Catherine Mary Stewart.
Yes.
Looks dead into the camera. She looks right into my eyes, and she says, "I love you, Alex Rogan." It's like, oh my gosh, is that a money shot or what, guys? That is a money shot.
And she was big in sci-fi back in those days.
Damn, you're easy. That was.
She was in Last Starfighter, Night of the Comet. And
another one.
What was that other sci-fi movie she was in?
That's a great question. Does anyone know this? Because I know she's been in a million other things since then. But she was in The Last Starfighter. She was really good at that.
I love Night of the Comet.
Oh, Night of the Comet. Night of the Comet was a zombie movie for those of you who don't know.
She was in Weekend at Bernie's. That's it.
Thank you.
There it is.
But it wasn't sci-fi.
The guy was dead, but let me tell you something about the Weekend at Bernie's.
But he sure got around.
He had a better vacation than I did.
But here's the thing. I spent a weekend at Bernie's, and I got to be honest with you. I didn't like the first weekend. When they made Weekend at Bernie's 2, which was the first film I saw in that franchise, I really liked Weekend at Bernie's 2 more so than the first one.
Because they made a zombie out of him?
No, because it had a better...
Another movie out of a dead guy.
I know. It had a better soundtrack. It had a better setting, and I just liked the film a little bit better than the first one. So I'm sorry to disappoint you,
drum of Febreze, maybe?
At home, but I like Weekend at Bernie's too. Listen, I bought it on DVD on eBay. Okay, the things we find on eBay, you never know what you're gonna find.
I haven't been on eBay in years. I should
really
get back on there.
Yeah,
I got to get on there and get another trade paperback. So,
I've been getting most of my DVDs at the grocery store.
Speaking of, oh my gosh, Dan, you're gonna love this. I went to a magical place today. It's called Savers. It's a thrift store. Mm-hmm. They have them all around the country, by the way. So I got 2 films on DVD and 3 films on VHS because I still have those contraptions that still work. So I got a movie I've never seen before. I've never seen this before, but I've heard good things about it. Young Guns with Emilio Estevez and Kiefer Sutherland.
It's not bad. It is not bad.
Yeah. So Young Guns is...
We were just talking about that last week.
Wait. Michaela, did you just ask somebody how they hadn't seen a movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just
Pour water for
wanted to
me.
clear that up real quick.
It's in her genre. Please be kind.
It
Hey,
is a western.
that's the best $1.20 I ever spent.
It's a western. Yeah, Young Guns. I got. I also got on VHS. I got Billy Zane's The Phantom, based on the
Ooh.
comic book of the same name.
One of my favorites.
And I met Billy Zane at a Comic-Con, so he's going to appreciate this. The next time I see him, I'll have him sign my VHS. Billy, I know you're watching. Props to you, my man.
Billy, I hope
Also-
Billy isn't watching because me and
He
him.
is. No, he
He's-
watches everything.
Yeah.
I also got.
I don't
3
like
nin-
Billy Zane. I met him this weekend, and he's a
Really?
pompous ass.
Oh, well, I had a good experience with him, so I can't speak on everybody. But for my experience, I got my money's worth, Joe Dog. I'm sorry, but The Phantom. What was the other thing I got? Oh yeah, it was.
You're gonna have to agree to
Doggone it!
disagree.
It was a movie I watched in the '90s. Three Ninjas. That's a '90s kids thing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's a 90s one.
That's a '90s thing, kids. And then what was the third one? I'm trying to think of what it was. Gosh darn it! It was.
I was
Oh,
in the 90s.
this is gonna kill me. Where is it? It's
Okay. So you got Billy Zane's The Phantom.
Oh, The Breakfast Club. That was it.
Oh, Breakfast Club. That's a
There it is.
Excellent
that's
movie.
That's
That's
like
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Michaela Jade's favorite movie.
I
Never
would.
seen it.
Oh,
I would
Tony
that's right.
Tiger
Stop,
was
because
great
She's never
in
even
it.
heard of it, let alone seen it.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I just haven't seen it. Like, what's the other one everybody talks about?
16
Candles.
16 Candles. Yeah.
That's not
Yeah,
that good though.
but-
16 Candles.
Fer-
is good.
Ferris
I would-
Bueller's Day Off.
That's another
Oh.
overrated film. I don't think it's all that good.
I
Oh, it's a
That-
cult classic.
I mean, it's
that
fine,
movie
but it's
led
not
to an
great.
episode of domestic violence in my house because I was predicting lines that were coming up, and my wife at the time thought I had been to see the movie before
Really.
with some other
Oh.
woman. I had just taken her to see the movie, so
Oh
I kept.
my.
It was so obvious. Writer logic. It was so obvious what the next lines were going to be,
Probably.
and
Which movie is that, Dan?
The Breakfast Club.
Ferris Bueller's
Oh,
Day
Ferris
Off.
Bueller.
Oh yeah.
It also happened. The same damn thing happened with Jewel of the Nile.
Oh.
It was another one of those that was just so obvious what the next line had to be.
It's over. Go
I
home.
watched that during the lockdown.
hey
Yeah.
Still
Zach.
here?
Zach.
Yeah,
I just
exactly.
thought about it. I'm sorry, my brain wasn't working.
And
right.
Romancing
I
the
sent you a
Stone.
link to get on the show.
Uh,
So Zach, get
I-
in here.
I'll send him a link through
Do
Discord.
we even have enough room for Zach to get in here? Gee,
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
hope
We've got over
Dan.
7
Well-
people on screen. I
So
don't
if
know
we're
we
going to
can-
talk cult classics, Michaela, have you at least seen Rocky Horror Picture Show?
You're not missing anything.
No.
Yes.
And see, here's the thing, guys.
No, I'm not even. No.
Yep.
Oh my god!
Damn it, Joe.
Wow.
Now, if Michaela's going to go see Rocky Horror Picture Show, we need to take her to an audience participation show.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That would be the only way.
Female
You
panelist on
you don't
camera,
watch that
is
movie on
Dog.
DVD.
Yeah, that's one you got to watch with a crowd.
I watch
Right.
it on DVD,
Yep,
but I
in a
remember
theater.
having been there 150 times with a live audience. So
I watched it
You
at
know,
my
The
college.
one
with a live
place
audience.
I would really like to see the Rocky Horror Picture Show is at a drive-in movie theater.
Why?
Oh, that would
Ooh.
be interesting.
Actually, I
John,
have
if you
seen
do
it.
that,
I
I
have
want
seen
to
it
see
on
it.
an outdoor screen. Someone showed it at the parking lot of Legion Pool, which is right in the middle of University of Georgia campus. They actually put up a great big screen temporarily and showed, and it just happened to be the Japanese cut. So
That
It
would
had-
be interesting.
it had, and I somewhere in my VHS, somebody had recorded it. It's Rocky Horror Picture Show, but it has Japanese subtitles.
Really?
Ah.
What was
You see the Japanese character scroll across the screen. It's the funniest thing
No.
ever. Oh
Crazy-
Lord!
craziest thing when I was at this thrift store today, Savers, they also had all the original like black and white 1930s and 40s Batman serials and all the Superman and they had
Yeah.
all these classic serials lined up on this giant shelf, and I'm thinking, boy, there are some friends of mine who are a bit older than me who would totally like to look at this rack of movies or specials, I should say, and go back to the Wayback Machine.
Yes, I actually have them on the hard drive.
Oh, actually,
you
I was
go.
pointing at.
Oh, they're available on YouTube or anywhere.
I also had the Hanna-Barbera
Dan,
Scooby-Doo
do that
movies.
for me. Point at Bill.
Anybody else remember the Scooby-Doo movies? They had those too.
You know what I'd love to get a collection of?
Yeah.
the Star Trek animated series.
I think
I've
they
got
have
it.
those in
You
this
want
place
it?
I was
I've
at.
got it.
I have it.
No,
Yeah.
at my local comic shop, John, if you fly over to Maryland right here, right now,
Oh, really?
there is a
I'll go
giant
fire up the airplane right now.
bunch of shelves that have all the Star Trek, like animated, live action, like anything Star Trekky that you want. They have all 30,000 flavors. I'm serious. I'm not even
Paramount
kidding.
Plus.
Mhm.
Or you can just pay the $5.99 a month and get Paramount Plus, like Joe Dog just said.
And
Yes,
then there's,
indeed.
there's
I'd rather
another.
have it. I'd rather have it on hard copy. So after the apocalypse, I'll be, set.
I'm kind of the same way, John.
Yeah, after the apocalypse, when your DVD
Yeah, the
player still
apocalypse.
works.
Didn't the apocalypse just happen 2 years ago?
It's work. They're working on it. It's
Oh,
a
no.
Yeah.
slow. It's kind
I
of like
mean,
the
we all
Roman
survived
Empire.
it, which
didn't
thank
happen
goodness that we
overnight.
did.
It took them 100 years to end the Roman
Yeah.
Empire.
We survived the apocalypse. We made it through.
Some of
At
us.
the time that I got the Star Trek animated series, complete series on DVD, they had all of the Star Trek shows, the original series, Next Generation, and that, in these really classy looking, really thick plastic cases that would have the Star Trek emblem window in it and the top of it, and I got the original series and the animated series. I never got the Next Generation, which would be the only other one that I would get other than the movies. But it was really, really nice way. But if you have tons of DVDs, you have 4 or 5 of these, they take up a whole bunch of space on your shelf.
Yeah.
Well,
But I just noticed Carl's comment. Someone stepped on my tail there. Yeah, Carl. When certain movies get announced that no one asked for, I get a little miffed. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Listen, unless I specifically call Hollywood to make this movie, I don't want to hear about it. So, it just happens.
The 55-year pickup
Sometimes
is happening next week.
Oh, it is.
Do you know what that is?
Yes, that's giant. That's the giant, long, roadway, highway of all these different vendors selling all kinds of stuff, right?
No. The 55-year pickup is a TV series.
Oh, sorry. I'm completely oblivious.
It's been 55 years since the pilot to the series being greenlit.
Oh.
It's going to be called Strange New Worlds.
Oh,
Really?
I saw ads for that on CBS.
Now I know what you're talking
I was
about.
unaware of that.
It's the Christopher Pike Enterprise story.
Oh, okay.
And they actually had plans to do this back in the 60s with Desilu, but it fell through.
Wow.
So now they're actually going back and doing it.
Well, visual
Okay,
effects
so given that, and we've seen Christopher Pike in the original series, why can they not go with uniforms and that to reflect that time period?
They did.
They are.
Okay, because the commercials that I've seen, it showed them in blue astronaut suits with helmets, and it looked more of the modern look.
There's a little bit of update to the uniforms, but reds, blues, yellows, and
Red shirts die first.
Yeah. And it's
Exactly.
all the back. It's Cadet Uhura on comms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And red shirts only die first unless you're Scotty.
Yeah, exactly.
And you survive.
Yeah. One of these days, I hope to meet Anson Mount and talk to him about Hell on Wheels, because that was such a great show.
Well, Janice Rand didn't she wear red? Red dress?
Really?
Yes.
And the most interesting man in the world was a red shirt. You know, the what is it? Dos Equis, most interesting man in the world.
Dos Equis.
Dos Equis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Yeah. Yeah. He was a red shirt that lived.
That's awesome,
I mean,
man.
actually went on an away mission and lived.
So he is truly the most interesting man in the universe.
You know, our good friend known as Bobby Nash, who, if you don't know who he is, go to bobbynash.com and find your next favorite read. You know, he did an ad for his new stuff saying, I don't always read books, but when I do, I visit bobbynash.com. And I said, way to use a pop culture reference, Bobby. And he said, thanks. I thought I'd switch it up a bit. And I said, well played, good sir. Well played. Bobby Nash, he is such a cool guy. Isn't he cool? I think Bobby Nash is a good guy. He's a good writer.
Bobby has actually been a guest at HallowCon.
Oh, he has?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And will occasionally.
I know. I gotta pack my bags and go.
Well, did you see him when he dropped in at HallowCon this year, Michaela?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I had come from out of the back and was going somewhere. Where's I going? I don't know. I was going somewhere and I happened to see him talking to Brian.
Yeah, it was like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to meet Bobby Nash in person. It'd be nice.
Talk to him on the phone before.
I should.
That's about it.
Well, no, I've talked to him several times on my show. He's been on my show a couple times. He's a nice guy. He's a very smart guy. He's sharp. Knows what he's doing. Very knowledgeable.
Okay, Dan, because you did it, I got to do it now. It's like a yawn. When one person pees, everybody's got to go pee.
Yes. I should have gotten myself another beer, but let me take 3 steps to the little fridge, and I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
Bye-bye.
Brian, I don't have time to watch more movies.
What was that, Michaela? I'm sorry?
I don't have time to watch more movies.
Well, you need to make time.
Apparently.
You need to make time, because every single person in this room and outside of this room, especially you who's watching this in the comfort of your own home, we all have 24 hours in a single day. We all have the same amount of hours, the same amount of days, the same amount of weeks. The question is, what are you going to do with the time that has been given to you? You know, you got to listen to the inner Gandalf. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that has been given to us. So
well, you see, if I didn't have 1,001 hobbies, maybe I'd have time for movies.
Yeah, that's true. I got 1,001 hobbies myself.
Right. So, and then I'd have to learn how to sit still for more than, 15 minutes.
Oh, short attention spans back there, don't we? Okay.
Usually.
That is a bit of a toughie.
And as a writer, you can see the plot twist coming. You're like, yep, I already solved it. Forget it. I'm done.
Yeah, that's one reason why the usual TV what they want to call mysteries are not
Mystery Science Theater.
No. And those are predictable just because I've seen the movies before Mystery MST3K ever got hold of them.
Oh, nice comment there, Launchpad.
Yeah. There are several good ones where the plot twists are not obvious.
Yeah.
And if you can find one of those series, then you have a gem on your hands. As
I've become a better writer and as I've grown in my writing career, authors that I used to read and enjoy, now I'm like, oh, this is horrible.
Okay, Michaela.
Can I get a different book?
Michaela.
Can I get a different kind of book?
Have you seen a movie called The Usual Suspects?
No.
You might want to write this one down.
I think everybody will agree on that.
I've seen it.
Great movie with a horrendous plot twist at the end.
Okay.
It's one of these plot twists that you're like,
but it does have a real no. It does have a really good top 200 quotes that's ever been uttered in the history of cinema. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Boom. That is a mic drop right there.
It's an all-star cast.
It does have a good cast.
And the title is straight from what is it? Casablanca. It's a quote from
Round Up the Usual Suspects.
Yeah, Round Up.
Which, by the way, that movie turns 80 this year, folks. Get ready. We're going to throw a big party for that in November.
It's worth every minute of it. Let me tell you, that one and Maltese Falcon.
Yes.
And they're not even in my primary genre. They're just good movies.
Passage to Marseille.
Oh yeah.
Was that the big Bogart movie? Was Passage to Marseille?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Not sure. That one.
Dan, what exactly is this? It's the
Passage to Marseille
that dreams are made of.
They're basically they're convicts that got shipped off to Central America.
Okay.
And then World War II breaks out. And they're all patriotic.
It's Predator.
World War II breaks out, so they stow away on a freighter headed back to France because they want to join the French military to fight the Nazis. So it's a big patriotic kind of thing. But it's kind of cool. It's almost like it's almost the same cast from Maltese Falcon.
Oh,
Peter
really?
Lorre's in it.
Sidney Greenstreet, Peter Lorre, and all those guys?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, because I really like those actors, so if I can watch any more of their filmographies, I got to get on that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm a big fan of that cast of Casablanca and Maltese
I will
Falcon,
put
for
the IMDb link
sure.
into Stupid O'Clock.
Nice.
Please do, yes.
I'm gonna look that up later. You know, I'm gonna get it.
Well, you guys didn't even mention my dad's favorite Bogart movie, which was the African Queen.
I forgot.
I've never seen it.
That's a good one. Yeah,
That's a very good one.
It's a very good one.
Also had Claude Rains.
Oh, I love Claude Rains. I love Claude Rains.
Couldn't see him, but
The Invisible Man. Oh well, Rocky Horror.
Round up the usual suspects. I am shocked that there is gambling at this establishment. Here are your winnings, sir. It's
so back to new movies for just a minute, only
Batman.
Because Carl and I were discussing it.
The Batman.
I posted something, I think, to the Stupid O'Clock group, if I remember right, about them wanting to have Adam West, Christopher Reeve, and Linda Carter be in the new Flash movie.
Ooh.
For alternate universe Justice League. And Carl said, well, that'd be kind of difficult to do because Adam West is dead. And then somebody else chimed in, same about Christopher Reeve. And I said, no, you got to read the article. Don't read the whole article and it will explain it. And you obviously know what road I'm going down with this. They're would use scenes of each one of the actors portraying that character to make up the scenes for what part that they would portray. I can't say will because I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm almost absolutely certain it's not going to happen unless they do a second Flash movie. But
someone has already done it on YouTube.
As a trailer.
They have spliced in.
It's a great
Wonder
trailer.
Woman, the Chris Reeve Superman movie.
Yeah,
and Michael Keaton's Batman.
No,
but this wouldn't be this wouldn't be just splicing in scenes from those movies or TV shows. This would be taking them out of that. The same action, the characters out of that, making them 3D in the sense, like if you went to see a Michael Jackson concert now with Janet, and you think, oh, wait a minute, Janet's living, but Michael isn't, and then all of a sudden here comes hologram Michael, and that's.
Didn't they do that? Didn't they do hologram Michael?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
At the VMAs, yeah.
But
back in 2009.
In essence, that's what they would be doing with Carter and Reeves and West. It would be taking it out, but it would be like almost like a cut and paste GIF or whatever.
Yeah.
And the same with the audio.
Yeah.
Well,
sounds like too much work.
Sky Captain proved that you can do just about anything with a green screen.
Oh, the Jude Law and Angelina Jolie and Gwyneth Paltrow Sky Captains in the World of Tomorrow.
I love that movie, but it did not sell well. I think it suffered from one of those.
Was it a financial bomb?
Yes, it was a box office bomb.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
There was a lot of hype ahead of the movie. I even remember getting wasn't a DVD. I think it was something for a computer or something
McDonald's
that you could watch certain scenes. Yeah. I mean, they hyped it up big time.
Enough, but,
I thought the movie was all right.
I loved it. I
thought it was all right. It did what it had to do. I would have been up for a sequel, hypothetically, if that had happened. But then, Angelina Jolie had issues and problems and all this other stuff. And it's like, you know what? We better separate ourselves from some of this Hollywood drama. Speaking of drama, look at Law & Order Crime YouTube channel was streaming the trial of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. My goodness gracious, is that a 3,000 ring circus or what? That is some weird stuff.
That
It
strikes
is,
me as
and-
invasion of privacy, so I haven't been paying any attention to
Oh
it.
man, they are streaming that thing live 24/7.
Where did
All I know
the
is
lawyer-
that he said that he would never do another Pirates of the Caribbean movie ever again. I
Fine
don't
with
care
me.
how much money you
Well, they
offer
fired
me.
him.
I'm not going
They
to do it.
fired
Yeah.
him though. They didn't. He
They
didn't
fired
leave.
him. He
They
didn't
fired him.
quit. They fired him.
They want him to do another sequel, and
No,
he's already
wants
said that he
write-
would not do
He
it.
wants to write the 6th one, but they
He wants to
fired him.
write it.
Yeah,
I read something the other day said he wants to give Jack Sparrow a good send off.
yeah.
He did. Yeah, that was an
Yeah.
article. I saw the headline for that, and I'm thinking, you know what? Just we've had 50 million pirate films, too many. To me, the sequels never really happened. There's only one Pirates movie. It's called The Curse of the Black Pearl. But you know,
Wrong.
I even heard that they were going to reboot the Pirates franchise with female leads at the center of it.
There's only one pirate movie, and it's the Black.
Yeah, that worked on Ghostbusters.
I mean, hey, listen.
Not.
Listen, I mean, you know, pirates don't always have to be dudes. You know, I mean, I'm up for a female pirate-centric movie. I don't mind it. Listen, you want to have an adventure out there with female-led characters? Let them have it.
Yeah, there
Gina
are half a
Davis.
dozen- there are half a dozen historical examples. I mean,
What was that TV
Lady-
series that was on? Black Sails?
lady pirates were an actual thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Black Sails proves that.
And there
Amy
was
Pond
the,
from Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah, sure. Amy Pond? Yeah.
She was a pirate in one episode.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the Chinese pirate queen that they used in the latest Doctor Who episode is a real historical character.
No, I was.
Had nothing like what went on in Doctor Who, but she was a force to be reckoned with. I mean, several thousand ships, and she was in charge of the entire fleet.
You can call it whatever you want. Just don't call the film Pirates of the Caribbean. Just call it something else. Make up your own story. Don't piggyback off the same franchises.
Yeah, Dan Darden. There was a Chinese pirate queen and an Irish one, and there were several more.
Giddy up. More female-led films or female-led pirate films. Bring it on, Hollywood.
Hey.
Yes, I know. I haven't seen Cutthroat Island yet, so I can't comment or speculate on its goodness or badness.
It's fun. It's horrible and it's fun, but it's got a good cast.
I can't. I mean, hey, listen. This is the Queen of Diamonds, Dottie Hinson, Gina freaking Davis. Which, by the way, A League of Their Own turns 30 this July. Okay, that's my favorite sports movie. It is. I'm not even gonna lie. A League of Their Own is fantastic.
Oh,
and by
that's
the way,
baseball when the
R.I.P.
girls are playing baseball.
Exactly.
Right.
R.I.P.
Hey,
Marshall, who
that
directed it.
one.
Gina
you've
Davis,
seen that one?
Madonna's in it. Rosie O'Donnell, Gina Davis.
I've seen parts of it. I have not seen the
Lori
whole.
Petty,
I met Lori Petty.
and some guy named Tom
You
Hanks.
have mail.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks was in it.
For a little bit.
No, Tom Hanks plays a huge role. He's like the second billed actor in that movie. Michaela, you have mail. Yes, you do. Which means you got to watch more films like A League of Their Own. But
Oh, it means Carl is
yeah, Carl's saying.
fucking editing here.
Oh, he's editing. Okay, great. Good for you,
I saw
Carl.
the email come through. That's what was just beeping at me.
Beep, beep, beep. But yeah, A League of Their Own turns 30, so there you go. Happy 30th, A League of Their Own. Love that movie to pieces.
So speaking of my newest book, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Yes.
So one thing authors do is get ARC readers, so advanced reader copies. So these go out before the book goes out so that you can get a bunch of reviews the day the book comes out or within a couple days. I posted in a book reader group, said, hey, I need some ARC people. I need some people available to read, review, and post for this book when it comes out. I got 180 people from that one post.
Guess you don't need my help then.
That'll learn you, darn you.
I about pooped my pants. I was like,
if 10% of them,
okay,
if 10% of them leave reviews, it's worth it.
Right. So now I have this list of people I need to send it out to, hoping for maybe 10 reviews. Like, that's the ridiculousness of it, because all of my friends are busy with their own books, which is, I'm busy with other books, I can't get to their books. So it's like, okay, so I'll reach out to readers. Well, generally, it's a percentage. So the higher percentage you send out, the more percentage that you get back. But so let's hope that I get maybe 50. Maybe. That'd be great.
That would be fantastic.
Congratulations on the response, by the way.
Thanks. Yeah, because every other group I posted in was crickets, or like one or two people. They'd be like, "Oh, I'll do it," or "What's an ARC reader?"
Good point, Carl.
I used to get when I was doing book reviews. I used to get
back in the day.
Yes, back in the day.
Brother. Yeah.
Not only publishers, but from authors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the ones I got from authors, they were usually kind enough to autograph the copy that they mailed to me. And I had no idea until it showed up in the mailbox that they were going to send it.
Yeah. And see, now, if an author reviews another author, they cannot put that review on Amazon. Amazon will shut you down.
Shut you down.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So it's not as prevalent as it used to be as far as Amazon shutting you down, but they will take the review off. And like me as an author, I can't review my friends' books on Amazon. I have to go to Goodreads or BookBub or Barnes & Noble. But Amazon...
Or you have to set up a second Amazon account.
Yeah, if you're an author, apparently you can't be a reader.
That's silly. How are you supposed to?
It's a little strange, right? You know,
I've heard that about authors.
You need to tell Amazon that if I'm selling stuff on Amazon, I can't be a buyer on Amazon.
Right. Yeah.
See how that works?
Oh, I was going to say, that's...
Yeah, well...
It's a fair point.
Yeah, because they asked me to review everything else.
Yeah,
like every other product I buy, you ask for a review.
That was a heck of a...
They've asked me to review my own books.
Have you ever seen any?
Boy, really?
Have you ever seen anything on Amazon that says, "Tell us how we're doing"?
Yes.
That Amazon wants to know how they did.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Find one of those and just beat the hell out of them with it.
Oh,
that's exactly like the "How's my driving" bumper stickers. Yeah.
You should probably remember that for next time I'm on Amazon.
Yeah.
Or whatever it may be. But gee, by the way, that was a great cover reveal, Michaela. Very good looking cover.
Yeah, and the guy that did it is a great guy. You should look him up.
It's a good cover reveal, though.
Yeah. I love it. I absolutely love it. I gave Carl images and I said, here's kind of what I'm thinking. Can we do this? Does it work? And he was like, yeah, let me play with it for a little while. And like an hour later, he's like, here's your cover. Or here's a mock-up and here's what I'm working with. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's do that.
All right. I'm gonna disappear for a couple minutes. Anybody want a beer while I'm gone?
Yeah,
Give me two.
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good, thanks, John. I'm grabbing the beer. You're like, yeah, sure, I'll be right back. You know, so you push the walls and you end up dead. Okay, I'll see you in the kitchen with a knife. Sorry, that was one of the rules of how to not survive a horror film. Never say, I'll be right back, because you won't be back.
No, you won't be back. No.
Yeah, John probably won't be back. Sorry, guys. Sorry to disappoint you, but there are certain
except for Arnold Schwarzenegger.
We didn't hear the scary music in the background before you exited. He'll be back.
Yeah.
Why don't we just get in the running car? Are you stupid?
Yeah.
So the car's already gone, so we can't use it anymore. But
that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Joe Dog, if you look down to the bottom of the video clips.
Oh, Tim says I'll take one.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Oh, it's your cousin. Okay, nice to meet you, Tim. Nice to meet you.
You did tell me to do that, so I did it.
Okay.
Bottom of the videos?
For the channel.
Oh, well, let's just see what we got going here.
Oh, God, you didn't have to play it.
Yeah, like this.
Don't say anything.
Okay, that's enough of that shit.
Yep.
That's how not to sell a book. No, I'm kidding.
That's how to give Michaela nightmares forever. Now she's not
going to say.
What?
The Michaela trailer is pretty nice.
I can't look at the little green men.
Oh, okay. Well, it's about little green men. And
I know, and that's one of those, like, I feel bad because I'm never going to read your book because of what's in
Kayla's
it.
like, unless it's historical, paranormal, and romance wrapped up in the same thing, I can't read anything if it's not romance.
well,
Which
it
I'm sorry to
kinda is.
say. I'm sorry to say that, Michaela, but man, there are so many good genres out there that you should explore.
I know.
Hey,
It's not the genre. It's the little green men. I can't.
No. I don't. It doesn't have to be aliens being abducted in sci-fi. I mean, it could be anything else.
Well,
and,
you know.
and the green ones are quite tall, actually.
Are they tall in this one?
I think what the problem was when I made that comment about why Bigfoot's such a good hider. The aliens abducted him, and after that froze, that feller just ain't been the same since. So that's why he's the best hider.
Really? If there's a story about that, I'll read it later.
It's all over the interweb.
Hasn't there been like 1,000 Bigfoot documentaries?
Yep.
Probably 10,000.
10,000, really?
Yeah, and
But I like
my new show. The damn thing gets ratings.
Maybe I should watch the next one on YouTube, Michaela. I don't know.
There you go, Michaela. There's your little green man.
No, that little green man is fine. I don't know. Maybe it's the eyeballs of the other one.
By the way, that's a great drawing there, Bill.
Hey, Dan, I actually think that would
Bill,
be a
the
good
new
story.
you sketch are really good. Especially you did a recent one of Moon Knight, right?
Yeah, a week or two ago. There's another little green man.
They're always
Sort of
after me,
green.
Lucky
He's
Charms.
wearing
jacket.
They're always after me, Lucky Charms.
They're magically delicious.
I got the look of the.
There's a little green dinosaur.
What is that from again? What's that property?
What?
Is that Pete's Dragon? Not Pete's
No,
Dragon.
that's the Sinclair dinosaur from Sinclair Oil Company.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They featured that in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Doggone it.
Yeah, because the big purple.
There's a big green man.
Oh my gosh.
The Flintstones.
Sarge.
Flintstones, Michaela?
From Beetle Bailey.
Shouldn't they? Aren't they supposed to do a remake or a reboot of the Flintstones eventually?
Probably.
I hope not.
They reboot everything these days.
They're due for another reboot. So yeah.
I know. I was going to say they haven't made one since the Flintstones in Viva Rock Vegas.
Yeah, can we have a new movie? Maybe a new storyline, a new movie instead of
maybe the Jetsons. I would love to see a
big green dinosaur.
That's a nice green dinosaur. I heard there was a Jetsons movie coming out, Joe Dog. I heard that there was.
I would like to see a Jetsons.
Yeah, really.
And yes, I grew up watching Jetsons, the movie, on VHS as a kid.
His boy Ryan.
I know, right? His boy Elroy. Da, 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 da.
Daughter Michaela.
Jane, his wife.
Jane, his wife.
Jane, stop this crazy thing. Yeah. Some of us got to see it in first run. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Oh Lord, yeah.
When did the Jetsons movie come out? 1975? Was it 75?
So the movie? I have no idea.
Does anyone know when the movie came out? I'm curious because I saw it on VHS as a child.
All you gotta do is ask. Every one of these guys will start researching.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. Someone in the backstage area is going to Google it for me.
Oh, John.
John, you like to Google things, right?
What am I Googling? Jetsons movie? I know they
Astro
the dog. Yeah.
That's the only two Jetsons I've ever done, actually. So.
Hey,
okay.
Rosie is one of the best robots ever. I mean, seriously. Yeah. Classic.
My bestie Laura suggested both of those when I was running dry on subjects.
Oh! Hello.
Hello. I thought you were tired.
Just when I thought it was going to be the Lucky 7 tonight, we get the Magnificent 8 up in here.
Jetsons the movie, 1990.
All I'm going to tell you guys, if you go to Huntsville, meet up with Stephanie and go to dinner.
Is that so?
And you get good food.
I will have to make a note of this.
Of course, I'm still tasting that spicy shrimp.
Oh, gosh. It's good to see you, though, Steph. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Mm-hmm. I know. Who needs the Magnificent Seven when you got the Fantastic Eight? I'm sorry, that came out wrong.
Yeah, really.
But whatever. Numbers are numbers. It
Yeah,
doesn't
what are you
matter.
trying to say, Ryan?
Oh, I'm not trying to say a gosh darn thing, Michaela. I'm saying that we have 8 incredible superstars on camera right now. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was going to say. Even though one of my favorite characters, has the word incredible before his name, the Incredible Hulk. But that's a story for another day entirely.
I met him this weekend.
Oh, you met Lou Ferrigno?
Yeah.
Damn, you just get around, Joe.
How's he doing, Joe? How is the Incredible Hulk doing?
He
He's
is
incredible.
starting to show his age.
Is he?
I was afraid of that. Yep.
I mean, he's pushing 70.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're a bodybuilder pushing 70,
Yeah.
The
Not
mileage.
easy.
It's not the age. It's the mileage.
It's not the years, honey. It's the mileage. Exactly. Raiders of the Lost Ark, 1981. Another movie that Michaela's never heard of, much less seen. Write this down, Michaela. There you go. You're welcome.
what?
Continuing education.
What movie?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
First
I've heard of
Indiana
it.
Jones
Yeah,
movie.
but
I
you've
don't
never
like
seen
it.
it.
Anything that's Indiana Jones? No,
That's the thing. You need to write this down and watch it later on.
I don't want it.
You should.
And that,
Michaela, if I see you at a convention, I'm going to cosplay as Indiana Jones and see if you can.
and that James Bond guy, he can jump off a cliff. I hate that James Bond crap.
Which one?
Which one? There's
He
like
can't
5
say
actors
his
that have
name,
played
I
that
don't
role. Actually, 6.
Connery.
Oh, you don't like Connery?
I don't like James Bond. I don't like the idea that the guy can't say his own name in the correct order. Like,
well, the
Get it right.
fact that I'm a big James Bond fan, that kind of hurts my feelings, but I understand why. Hey, listen.
And
I
actually,
respect Sean
that
Connery's
comes.
run. I'm the biggest fan of his run.
Yeah, that comes from Ian Fleming's way of speaking. That's how Ian Fleming would introduce himself. Fleming.
figured it was
Ian.
Most
Like
military people did that.
That's
Yeah.
a good point, John. Yeah. Well, no James Bond movies for you.
Spiders and Snakes. Yeah,
Most
Michaela's
people-
not going to watch it. No.
Okay,
Most people don't know, and that's a British thing too. Most people don't know that Bob Hope's given first name was Leslie,
Yes.
Really?
Really?
and he changed it to Bob because whenever he had to introduce himself, it was Hope Leslie.
So his nickname all through school, once he got to the U.S., was Hopelessly.
Yes, and
Okay,
that's
now-
why he changed it. That
Now I
is
see the connection between the two
Okay,
words. Okay.
there is
Wow.
going to be a live action Jetsons.
Well, that's
movie.
wild.
Oh, there
man,
is.
Wild.
There is
It
going to be a
has-
Jetsons movie?
Seth MacFarlane,
Oh,
Margot
no.
Robbie,
Oh,
Selena
no.
Gomez, Jacob Tremblay,
No.
Frank
Which Gomez was that? I didn't catch that.
Frank Welker, J.K. Simmons, Kathy Bates, and
Oh, my God.
Zach Galifianakis.
Seth
Kathy
MacFarlane
Bates.
is making it, Dan.
Kathy Bates has to be Rosie.
You
I
got
was
it.
just thinking the same
That's-
thing.
And,
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons, I'm guessing, is going to be
Mr.
Gonna be a
Spacely.
boss.
Rocket.
He's going to be
Basically-
the boss.
And Astro the Dog is by Frank Weller or Welker.
Welker, excuse me.
Yeah,
Let me see here.
but she's always
Okay.
been Astro.
You got a good cast, but I'm not a huge Seth MacFarlane fan, which means this isn't going to be family friendly. This is going to be a raunchy comedy of the Jetsons. So, there you go, Seth. You just ruined another property.
I don't know. He did pretty good with Orville.
Yeah, but that's his. Yeah, man.
Of course, that was his own
getting good
movie.
write-ups.
So, you know.
Plus, the girl who's on it, Adrian Pilecki. I've known her since the Friday Night Lights days. Clear Eyes, Full Hearts can't lose, by the way. Friday Night Lights. Watch that show if you haven't yet.
What was the
Michaela's just going to.
I know Michaela's like freaking out. She's like, "Oh my God, all these movies and TV shows—it's too much. I'd rather read my romance novel."
Nobody wants to watch that show, I guess.
Well, I'm looking
That
forward
was
to.
cool.
I've never seen it.
I'm looking forward to the series, the limited series coming out next week, The Offer.
Oh, the one about the making of The Godfather.
Yeah, how the mob was trying to shut it down.
Oh, I was not aware of that. Okay.
Yep.
And what's his name? Miles Teller is playing Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah.
So how about them apples, guys? Am I the only person who knows who Miles Teller is? Okay, I guess I'm the only one. That's what happens when you're a young buck on this show. You tend to know certain things that other people don't.
Colin Hanks is in it.
Ooh, that's Tom Hanks' kid.
Yeah.
I would guess that. Yeah.
That's the son of greatness right there.
I'm
Dan
guessing I'm finally
Dan
not the
Folger.
youngest one on here.
Yeah, Dan Folger is Francis Ford Coppola. Miles Teller is Albert S. Rudy.
Oh, he was
Juno
another guy.
Temple, I don't know who that is.
I've heard the
Justin
name.
Chambers. Matthew Good.
Hmm.
Giovanni Ribisi.
Oh yeah, he's a good one. He's a good actor.
And Meredith Garrett
Impressive cast.
is playing Ally McGraw.
What were you saying, Joe? You said you're not the only young buck on this show. How young are you, man?
I am 35.
Oh, you're only a year older than me. Okay, all right, we're getting somewhere. I'm still the youngest, though. I beat you by a couple of months. Woohoo!
Guys.
Yeah! I'm the youngest, y'all. Yeah, I'm going to celebrate that.
Hey, usually that's me, so hi.
That's okay.
If we can move Steph up on top road, I'll be drawing Social Security.
Really? You know, if we get one more person in here, we could put together the Brady Bunch.
Yep.
You know, that's the one thing I dislike about StreamYard is if we do get 9 people, it doesn't do the Brady Bunch configuration.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'm so bummed about that, John.
It puts
Crazy.
5 across the top, 5 and 4 across the bottom.
That's right. That's a good point.
It used to do the Brady Bunch.
Really?
Well,
I kind of
you
miss
have
the
to
old
upgrade.
version of StreamYard. Can we get it back?
Probably not.
Bummer.
Now in the green room, that the Facebook chats will do.
Don't you mean the room that shall not be named?
No, we can name it. I mean,
It's named. It's just got a different name every week.
Because Carl told me specifically never to mention that on any show that I'm on.
It's the room of Yog Soggoth.
Because the green room is a restricted area. That's
Well,
what I
no, you
heard.
it's like Beetlejuice. You just don't say the name 3 times in a row.
No, sorry.
It's a room of requirement. You got to need it to be.
You got to
there.
need something.
I heard it was a restricted area, Dan, but maybe I'm wrong.
It's
No,
area,
they
it's
let
area
it be.
51 and
It
a
can't
half.
be too highly restricted.
Area
No, it's self-regulating.
Area
It is?
51 and 3/4.
That'll
Show
be
dog.
the
It's
day.
self-regulating? Is that what it is?
You're not old enough for entry.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
not.
that's what it is.
Stephanie, the truth is, I'm only 18. I'm not an adult yet, so I got to wait a few more years. So there you go. That's the problem.
And Carl says Ryan just can't be allowed in.
No, I can't. No.
Sorry,
can't.
dude,
I'm
I couldn't
sorry.
resist.
He just
I know.
keeps getting carded at the door.
I do keep getting, people look at me and they're like, dude, you're that age? I never would have guessed, brother. I'm like, yeah, I got the look of an 18-year-old. It's weird.
I would have never guessed you were a year younger than me. So,
Hey, man, you know what they say. You learn something new every day.
Mm.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. If you're 35, when's your birthday, Joe?
I will be 36 in June.
Oh, my birthday's in September.
When in
So,
September? So is mine.
Mine's on September the 28th, and I'm going to be 35 this year, Steph.
Mine's the 23rd, and I'm not
Oh.
saying how old I'll be.
No, it's okay. You'll be Steph. In your words, you'll be 21 again. Dan, does that mean we're going to throw a special party on Secret O'Clock for Steph and I? We probably
My
could.
mom.
Steph, yeah.
It's the 58th anniversary
yeah.
of her 21st birthday.
It's
That
what now?
hesitation meant no.
Dan's like, I don't like you, Ryan, that much, so no, we're not going to give you a
No,
party.
I'm
no.
not in charge of Stupid O'Clock.
Joe, don't
I
make that happen.
yeah, it's not my show.
Joe's
I'm-
thinking about it.
I'm just the Joey Bishop here.
It's
Just
all
a
right, Joe
backup.
will think about it for 5 minutes, and then he'll come up to me and Stephanie and say, hey, I don't like these two people. We're not going to throw them a birthday party, okay? It's not happening. It's okay, Joe Dog. We still like you.
I apologize for feeding my face. I was so busy today, I missed a couple meals.
Oh,
No,
that's
you're
fine.
fine.
You're fine.
that's quite all right.
Oh, Carl says no innocents are allowed. Okay, I get it now.
You
Thanks,
allow
Carl.
me in.
Oh, whatever. You're not innocent.
You're married.
Ooh.
Hey, you're a construction worker. You
I was going to say,
You've
I was
helped
going
make
with
up
the
some of those
not
words.
married.
Is that the right thing to say? Never mind.
Well, after the rabbit hole I sent Michaela down a few weeks ago, yeah, I guess I don't get to claim the innocence part.
No, you don't.
Oh,
No, you don't. I still have those screenshots, okay?
Oh, are they that bad, Michaela? Are they that
No, they were
bad?
that good.
what? Did
insurance right there.
you
Nice
fall
work
for
there,
the dino porn again?
No, it was better.
Why did you have to bring up the whole
Hey, at least that was anatomically possible.
Oh.
Hey, all I'm going to say is if you ever do any research on grandfather clocks, check your spelling.
No.
Right?
Oh
No.
God. Yeah. Yeah. Do
You know, the
that.
next thing we know, I'm going to wake up at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, and Brian's going to be doing his show, and what's her name? Michaela's going to drop it in the comments. And I'm like, why did you have to bring up Dino Blank? Why? Why?
I thought I deleted
That's
all
what I
those
do all the
pictures.
time. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Nice
I
work.
learned the hard way. Some of those images are still burned into the retinas.
Nice work, Michaela.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the matter, John?
John's just tired.
No.
Wait. Did I cross the line to make for this?
No. Why?
I'm
Why?
gonna be honest. When John sent me the link to come in tonight, I had thought about trying to find one of those a few days ago, just so the next time I got on here, I'd just be backstage, just sitting there waving one of those.
Cracker Barrel has them.
Amazon.com.
Tell me that. I've got
Hey.
like 3 within.
If I
Find the
Google
Cracker Barrel
there's
that
probably
has
one near
the
my
most
house.
of them and squeeze them all together as much as you can.
And then let go and walk out.
Let go and walk out.
Oh my God.
If I find a Cracker Barrel near my house, Joe Dog, I'll let you know.
And then set all the alarm clocks to about 30 seconds apart. That way it sounds like a Pink Floyd album.
I was at a Cracker Barrel one time. This guy had like 6 kids, and they were doing a road trip in a van.
Ooh.
So they stopped there, and he's telling all his kids, quit playing with toys, stuff like that. And says, I don't want to hear any more noise out of you kids for the rest of this trip.
Really? Wow.
So he eventually calmed down, and they all went to look at stuff in the toy section over at Cracker Barrel. I bought every one of his kids a kazoo.
And you made that parent's life a living nightmare. So way to go, John.
That's okay.
Now
They can
we
just
see
throw
the
it out the window.
definition of true evil.
I would have bought him the Fisher Price popcorn popper.
They didn't
They
have
still sell
and
those?
then those don't work
Yeah.
in a van. See,
Oh.
but if you're on a road trip going to Disneyland with 6 kids with kazoos, that is a new definition of hell. Okay.
Well, that's the
Now
most
the
annoying
problem
thing in the
is
world.
you probably got those kids beat.
Either that or he started a kazoo band and they're really good. I don't know which. I'm hoping for that. That's the outcome. That one of these days
There's
I'll
one
pick up a
way I
kazoo. I'll pick up an album of kazoo.
You can always look for
and
them
be
on
those
YouTube.
kids. Yeah.
There's one way I can think of that you could up that.
Hmm.
Teach them all to play It's a Small World.
That would be a good one for Disney World. Because that would torture everybody at Disney World. I mean, just like,
Ping.
Oh,
do they still have the sky lift, the ski lift thing at Disney World, or do they take that out?
Last I was there, they did.
Okay.
well,
Can
you
imagine
heard.
everybody on the sky lift having kazoos, and as you're sailing over the crowd at Disney World, everybody's playing It's a Small World.
That's how not to get people to come back to your theme park.
And no two in the same key.
Well, you heard that the state of Florida pulled Disney's like charter to where they're no longer considered a self city. Disney went, okay, you mean we no longer are able to guarantee the bonds that we just put out? And the state of Florida went, yeah. They said, good. You're on the hook for $1 billion now.
Because now they've got to provide Disney with sewage, fire department, Disney had its own fire department.
Yeah.
They had their own police force.
Jeez.
They generate their own electricity for the most part. Okay. And there's just road construction. Disney made their own roads. It's the best roads in Florida.
Well, that's great. Now there's going to be nobody to take care of the disembodied head of Walt Disney.
Or to stop people from dumping ashes in the Haunted Mansion.
Ew.
Boy, those are some strong words there, folks.
No, that's true. That has happened
That
several
has
times.
happened. Yes.
They have
And-
and they have to clear out the ride and go in with a hazmat team and suck up all the ashes.
Yikes. That's gross.
Now, why they
Too
didn't
heavy.
put an ashes cemetery at Disney World just for people that want to inter ashes there, I don't know.
Yeah, really. They never thought of it. That's why. Put it in the suggestion box, John.
Yeah,
You
I
know-
would love to have my remains spread at Disney, but I don't want to be cremated first.
Really?
You got to pay an arm and a leg for that, though, Joe.
I'd rather be cryogenically frozen and then brought back, 30 years later, like they did in that little indie film back in the 90s.
Hey, I'll volunteer when I die. Okay, cut off my head, dress me up like Walt Disney, freeze it, and put it in a big jar somewhere at Disney World, and put have a door that says no admittance, top secret, so that everybody at Disney World, when they walk by it, they have to go over, jiggle the handle to see if it's locked or unlocked. And they open the door and they look, and there's a head staring back at them.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll work.
No, you put that in the near the employee break room, like the one that's near the new employer orientation, because you're going to get somebody who's curious enough to go, I wonder if this is actually locked.
Really?
Just to mess with the new night watchman.
Mm-hmm.
If they come by, check the door, it's unlocked, they look in, there's a head staring back at them.
And then it plays there. It's a Small World.
It's a small world. No, man.
No, open the door. It triggers a recording. Warning: power failure imminent. Power failure imminent. Power failure imminent. Flashing red lights. Oh dear God, we're thawing out Walt's head.
Oh.
I mean, speaking of Walt Disney, I was at Fan Expo Philadelphia a couple weeks ago, and I met the current voice of Mickey Mouse for Disney itself, Brett Ewan. Nice guy.
Yeah, Walt used to do Mickey Mouse's voice when he was
back in the heyday. Yeah,
he was the original.
Yeah.
Walt Disney has more Academy Awards than any other actor on the planet, than any other person on the planet.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
He's got like 33 Academy Awards.
Jeez.
Personally.
Need to get to bed and rest up for that itty bitty little room tomorrow night, Carl says. So, Carl, I will not see you in the green room. I'm so excited not to be there. Congratulations.
I will probably be late, Carl. I'm sorry. I have to work till 7 o'clock.
Have fun in the room.
I'll try to
there,
be
Carl.
there this week.
I'll poke my head in and go, yeah. And
Carl, I look forward to seeing you on Saturday afternoon at 12 p.m. EST for And I Quote, which, by the way, I'll be interviewing veteran comic book writer Paul Kupperberg is going to be in the building. And he has a long history with comics, folks.
Somebody needs to answer Sarah.
Oh,
Oh.
what did I miss?
She says, what exactly is the Walt head?
Yep.
Tell the story.
You have a story?
Oh.
When Walt Disney died of stomach cancer, he had his head cryogenically frozen to be revived if they ever found a cure for a head transplant.
He didn't die from stomach cancer. He died from lung cancer because he was a heavy smoker.
Yeah.
He'd been smoking since World War One.
And that's an urban legend anyway, because he was
cremated
and placed it.
He was buried at Forest Lawn Cemetery, Forest Lawn Parks in Glendale, California.
Yes, thank you. I couldn't think of the name of the cemetery.
That's the story they want to tell you.
They want you to
Personally,
believe.
I think his
my
ashes
friend's
were spread
younger
at the Haunted
sister
Mansion.
went to work for Disney World, and she got to be in the underground part of it a lot. She worked more down there than she did above ground. And there was always one room you weren't allowed to go into. But supposedly it was for your own safety. And my friend told his sister, that's the story they want to tell you. And from that point on, not being a believer in the beginning about the whole disembodied head of Walt Disney, she was forever in fear and would avoid that doorway, that the whole corridor where that door was.
Excuse me.
For the rest of the time that she worked there until she moved back to Illinois.
Now that Ryan's back, I got a question to ask you. Have you ever heard of an artist named Brian Silverback?
Don't think so.
Oh, okay.
That name
Why?
rings a bell for me.
Is that someone I should have on my show in the future, Joe Dog?
Yeah, definitely. He's a comic artist.
Oh, okay. I'm always down to interview those type of folks who live in the nerd zone. So send me his info in the DMs there, buddy.
All right.
I'm not a nerd. I'm a dork.
No, it's okay, Bill. You're still accepted into society. It's fine.
Brian's big in the Southern con circuit, Steph.
Okay. I'm always up for interviewing comic book writers and artists. I mean, that's. I mean, those
Oh
guys.
yeah,
It's a huge world out there, so I'm always up for interviewing those folks.
Tell
Oh, yeah,
me,
I mean-
I'm gonna post in the messenger thread. See if that's him.
Oh, I see it now.
I heard a ding. Another angel
that
got
was
its
me.
wings.
Joe, is that him?
I got to get it opened up.
Oh, okay.
Wow. There's some unique on this
Yep.
one.
Okay.
Nice. Oh wow, since 2015. Okay, all right. Both traditional and digital means, hand drawn and ink. Interesting. Portfolio.
My Google Flu still works.
That's awesome.
Not much else, but my Google Flu still works.
Tales from Kara Prime. Ooh, this looks intriguing. All right.
Like Google Foo ever quits working, I'm screwed.
I'm gonna have to get in touch with this person at some point or another. But yeah, I've had a few people sign up for my show recently. The numbers are starting to climb on my show. It's amazing what you can do when you just send out mass emails and you network with people.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
It's fun. It's a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
but how many of them think you're a Nigerian prince now?
Yeah, and you shouldn't ask them for money, Ryan. That's not good at all.
How many of them think of that? I don't think anyone has brought that to my attention, but thanks for noticing.
And I want you to tear up that piece of paper with my account number on it right now. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. There
John,
it goes.
what does the
All
rest
torn.
of your shirt say?
Oh,
I can see Atomic, and that's all I can
The
see.
Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Cafe, Bartertown.
Okay.
Atomic, that's a good song by Blondie.
They're actually
Atomic.
there was a Atomic Blonde Ale that was put out
Really?
by a microbrewery over near help me out here, guys.
It was a brewery over by that place that you were just talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Los
yeah,
Alamos.
that one.
Los
Los
Alamos.
Alamos. Okay.
Los
Yeah,
Alamos, the Atomic Brewery. That explains it.
that makes
Oh.
sense.
Why does the beer glow in the dark? Oh, we use local water.
So you can save money on light bulbs in the refrigerator, of course.
I've always they used to have T-shirts, and I always kind of wanted an Atomic Blonde T-shirt. Not to mention just to try the stuff to see what it tasted like. But they don't make them anymore.
I'd like to I'd like to thank Mr. O'Shea for this T-shirt. I got it at one of his parties.
Cool.
Mr. O'Shea.
A good looking
Well,
shirt, no?
I'm wearing my 1996 Kiss Reunion Tour concert T-shirt, and I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, we don't want to see that.
I will try. This is my Kiss
Kiss my
1996 black denim jacket, and tell me that's all you saw.
and
I'll win. Hey, I'll win.
Boom.
I can't read backwards.
I think it says something.
No,
back
I'm-
here.
I'm wearing it because yesterday was Ace Frehley's birthday.
Oh, really? How old is he now?
I do not know. I don't wish to know. I don't want to see him out of the makeup, even though he doesn't wear it anymore.
I was gonna say, what's next? But I mean, I don't know. I'm wearing a Throwback Thursday shirt. United by Fandom from the Comic-Con I went to a couple weeks ago. Fan Expo Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. What's up, guys?
Ace Frehley is 71 years old.
71, yeah. If you go on the artwork Bill Sarton page, I posted videos live 1977. Trying to think of where it was, and I forget now. Rocket Ride, New York Groove, and Shock Me, which are three of his probably best songs that he ever sang lead on in a Kiss song.
That's the only one of their individual albums I had was Ace Frehley. My brother had Peter Criss. I had Ace Frehley.
Mm-hmm.
We never got.
Well, that one had New York in a Groove on it, which that's always been my favorite song of his.
Back in the New York Groove. Yeah, I wore that damn thing out.
Even though a lot of people thought it was almost more disco because of the beat, but I mean, I Was Made for Loving You was disco, and that is
sort of. It turned out being
more or less accepted as a Kiss song, but yeah, Ace has too many problems to be with the group anymore, and he needs to have a good heart-to-heart talk with Alice Cooper, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Go into the Alice Cooper rehab program.
This is true.
Well, they didn't call him Space Ace for nothing.
I was gonna say no one stays young forever, unfortunately.
I'm trying.
I know Dan's doing his awful hardest, especially working those 80-hour weeks and getting extra pay. Show me the money, pulling a Jerry Maguire on us. So
no, it's nowhere near 80 hours. It's regular.
Mark Maguire.
I said Jerry Maguire.
Ooh, Lord!
There's a little indie film with Tom Cruise and Cuba Gooding Jr. before no one ever heard of him again.
Oh, I was thinking of the St. Louis Cardinal slugger who was on the dope.
Yeah, the other guy. You mean Mark Maguire?
Yep.
Yeah, the movie I'm thinking
Since
of
we were
Jerry
talking
Maguire,
about people on dope.
Mark Maguire. Yeah, I remember that.
Mark Maguire was
Mark
on
Maguire and Sammy Sosa. I remember that.
Yeah, he was on it too. That's why
those two guys were all over the news.
It's not going to be 80-hour weeks. The most I can pull without them putting me on swing shift again is going to be 60-hour weeks.
No, roger that,
That's
good
still
sir.
pretty.
Sorry, I overestimated.
Yeah, well,
that's still nothing to shake us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still good money. You're still going to spread some of that wealth towards us, right? So it's all good.
Yeah, I mean,
That's my husband's been getting emails from his boss because the boss, he told them, this job is going to take me X amount of time to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Times 2, because there's 2 robots they want him to work on and reprogram. And he's like, okay, well, each robot is going to take, I think he said 2 months. Okay. Now, he's got one done, and he's working on the second one. And the boss is like, I need you to make this other job a priority. And he was like, okay, before or after I get this robot program? And he was like, well, we need that robot program first. He's like, okay, then I will program the robot first. And the boss was like, but we need you over there. And he's like, I am one person. Where do you want me? Like, do you want the robot programmed, or do you want me to go program the other robot for the other job? Yeah.
Yep.
So he's been working late too.
I ran into that just today. Evidently, there are people at work that think that the stuff that I've been doing pretty much is instantaneous rather than taking 2 or 3 hours
right?
per job. So
yeah.
Just got to take it one task at a time, folks.
That's where you fall into malicious compliance.
No, I can't do that. The place will shut down.
Dan can't do that.
There's too many other employees depending on me doing the stuff I need to do. I won't say as rapidly as I can do it, but as rapidly as I can do it accurately. If I make mistakes, it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. So
Do you get to train your replacement, Dan?
there will be no replacement for me.
Oh, that's right. They're going to end the position.
They are going to do away with my job when I retire.
They're going to retire his jersey number.
No, they're going to find out about 2 weeks after I retire that it was a stupid idea to do away with his job.
And that's when you hire back on as a consultant for at least,
for twice what you're getting now.
I told him I will do consulting for what was it, $1,000 an hour, 6-hour minimum, even if it takes me 5 minutes to do the job.
Oh,
cash.
What's that old
Well, think of the tax bracket you'd be in.
No, that's why you ask for cash.
Yeah, I was going to say better be under the table.
What's that old joke about the ship breaks down? So they call in the guy to fix the engine on the ship. He walks downstairs, looks at the engine for a second, pulls out a ball peen hammer, goes ping, and the engine starts working. He puts the ball peen hammer away, sends him a bill for $20,000. Said, how can you charge us $20,000 for that? He wrote it out. Says $19,500 for the service call, or $500 for the service call. Says $19,500 for knowing where to hit the hammer.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I walked up to one of my old jobs today, and they were having a small problem. I just looked at the machine, and I go, it's not your fault. There's nothing you can do. You can change all the settings you want to. You're not going to make it any better. Just leave it where it's at. It's not your fault. Talking to the guy that was running the machine. It's someplace else. And until corporate spends the money to get that fixed, nothing you can do is ever going to make any difference. All I did is walk up to it, look at it, listen to it. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
I ran that machine for 20 years straight. I know. I wrote the training manual on the darn thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Andy. He's like, you guys asked me how long this damn thing would take. I told you. And now you don't like the answer. You know, I wrote the training manuals on these damn things. I know how long they're going to take. And if I tell you it's going to take 2 months per machine, it's going to take 2 months per machine. Like, you can't go back on that. It's not magic.
You didn't tell them how long it would actually take. No.
Yeah. Lord.
Oh, yeah.
For management.
The what I run into is executives practicing what I like to call wishcraft.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They like that.
Yeah, and some of them even go into the Captain Picard School of Management. Make it so.
Yep, make it
Don't
so.
have the slightest idea what's involved. Don't care. Just do it.
Yep.
And then
somebody above them is wanting it done, so they're like, "Well, I don't know how to make it done, but this guy does, so make it done."
Really?
When I worked for FutureX Plastics, I had an assistant shift lead that I would never call him to ask for his help without going through at least a couple hours of my own knowledge and attempts to fix the problem on my line. But when I got down to where I would actually have to go ask him if somebody on another line wasn't available to help me that would know how, the assistant shift lead would always say, "Well, fix it."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, how? Well, fix it. Well, that's what I'm asking you. How do I fix it? Well, go over and look at it and fix it. And I said, okay. And I went over and I shut my line down. And in a plastics plant, your line is up 24/7. You shut it down, that's money that they're losing.
Yep.
And I did. I shut it down. I started scrapping the rest of my material that was in my hopper. And I sat down and drank my tea and just watched it scrap and told my helper to go grind up the regrinds from the scrap, and he came over. Well, what are you doing? What are you doing? You shut your line down. You're not supposed to do that. And I'm like, well, you said fix it. This is my way of fixing it. And and he had to start it. I would not start it back up. I would not, because it's like, why are you getting paid almost twice the amount that I am working through a temp agency? Yeah, it was called Western Staffing, but it was like Kelly's temp agency or one of those like that. And started out making next to nothing. Now later on I would make some decent money, but it just was too much hell. If I had it to do all over, and I didn't get to see my family because of being on the 7-day swing. And if I had it to do all over again, I would have quit my job, worked at the feed store for about 1/8 of the amount of money, and possibly might have still had a happy family for a little while that I could enjoy. But, there's some people that's how they are. They just, well, wait a minute. I'm not supposed to help you. I'm just supposed to, tell you what to do.
Yeah, but if you don't know what to tell me, what good are you?
Well, and I would have done what he told me to do if he would have told me what to do. But anyway.
That's how it works.
We had one guy that would come up and tell me how to cope with certain problems, and it didn't take me long to figure out if I did exactly the opposite of anything he told me to do, it would work. He'd come up and go, hey, speed this up, and I go, okay, got to slow that down.
I mean, hey, it worked out for my good friend.
Every impulse was exactly backwards of what needed to be done.
Well, it worked out for my good friend George Costanza. He did the opposite of everything, and he landed himself a job with the New York Yankees, which has been his childhood dream. And you know what? If I ever run into a problem, I need someone to fix it, I call my good friend Mr. Fix-It from the busy world of Richard Scarry that I watched as a kid. And on that happy note, I'm going to step out of here for the night, but it was great to see all 7 of you on here. Michaela, I really hope and pray one day that you will sit down and watch the greatness that is Raiders of the Lost Ark or Casablanca, Maltese Falcon, any of these films we just threw to you earlier in this show. Please treat yourself. Do yourself a favor.
Casablanca absolutely is
you're
a
going to thank us
must-watch.
for it. You're going to thank us for it later. But on that happy note, Michaela and company, great to see you
It is a romance.
Exactly. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at RyanRPM5. And in case I do not see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Wait, before you leave,
yes,
Ryan,
John?
I need your meta link on Stupid O'Clock, the one that's got all your other links on it.
Oh, my link tree, you mean?
Yeah, that's the link tree thing.
Link tree.
I've been trying to find it. I don't know if I found it. So.
Okay, you're right. Good point. I will post that very soon for you out there. But other than that, thanks for having me, and I'll see you next time.
See you,
Good
Ryan.
night.
He's such a nice kid. I miss him already.
At least I'm not the youngest.
He
in the
said
room
7,
anymore.
but there was 8 because he saw Carl Witzman too.
He's just seeing things.
I think so.
Too much of that chocolate milk.
The military is making a horrible mistake as we speak.
What?
Yeah, they didn't hire me.
What now?
They are pulling Tabasco sauce out of the MREs and replacing it with a powdered spice sauce.
Oh no.
Oh
No.
There's
And recruiting is already down 20%.
There's going to be a revolt over that.
I was gonna say they're doing this to men with weapons.
Yeah.
Good idea.
The fragging will continue until the Tabasco sauce returns.
Yeah.
You're right. That was not a bright idea.
No, that's just, and apparently it's starting with the Marine Corps. I don't know what the Marines did.
Oh, they want it to fail early, huh?
The Navy.
Yeah.
So apparently,
let's do it to the ones that are already a little batshit crazy and
really.
Piss off the
how it goes
jarheads.
from
Yeah,
there.
go ahead.
Now, do they have Tabasco flavored crayons?
I was wondering when somebody was going to bring up crayons.
I had thought about it, but
I have 2 younger brothers in the Marine or prior service Marines, and just I know all the jokes.
Just ask them. They'll tell you in no uncertain terms, maybe not politely.
Now I'm wondering because Crayola used to have all those interesting little crayons in they had a 64 pack. I always loved the 64 pack, but apparently there's a 128 pack out there somewhere.
There's
Yeah.
a 240.
Okay, I've never seen one, but apparently there's one out there, and they've got like really freaky flavors of crayons or something. And I'm wondering if Tabasco is one of them. That seems like
I don't know, but there was a joke going around about 20 years ago that they had an entire box that was like 64 different colors, all labeled flesh tones. It was very woke, but that was way before woke was a thing.
Yeah, and they were ridiculous.
No, I mean actual flesh tones, but they
Yeah.
just used the same label on all the different colors because they were accurate.
Mm-hmm.
that is possibly, other than Legos and Tinker Toys and Lego Logs, stuff like that, a 64 box of Crayola crayons with a little sharpener in the back is probably the best present you can ever get a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. We begged for that thing.
And the chemistry set with a thermite. I didn't say
No,
that.
we never wanted the chemistry set.
I had a chemistry set.
I did too.
I had a chemistry set too.
I did.
It disappeared.
I had bits and pieces of it all over the damn place.
Yeah, really. Just throw it all together and see how fast you can run.
Hey, I learned water in a test tube with a cork and a Bunsen burner. Oh man,
It's called steam. Yeah.
Baking soda and vinegar.
That's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I still remember that there are 2 different formulas for gunpowder.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference between the 2 of them is how many parts of potassium nitrate you put into the mix.
Sorry.
Because
I tried to hit
part
the mute
sulfur,
button.
1 part sulfur, 1
Potassium
part charcoal, and either 3.5 or 4 parts potassium nitrate. Which is why my chemistry set was all over the damn place.
I like
There are
Pop
actually
Rocks
more
and Coca-Cola
recipes for
better.
that. You can actually
Zots.
use sugar for the carbon.
I always loved Zots.
Zots.
Lemon Zots. Lemon Zots. I just can't eat.
Yes.
Sour
those.
apple Zots were pretty good too. I liked those.
I never was much for apple.
I used
Most-
to watch
most-
that cartoon.
That and strawberry Jolly Ranchers. That
Grape
was like
Jolly
the 2.
Ranchers.
Sour
Hey,
apple.
Grape Jolly. I didn't like the grape so much. I love strawberry Jolly Ranchers and the green apple Jolly Ranchers.
Fun
Lemon
dip.
Jolly Ranchers were okay.
You
Fun
should
dip.
try a Jolly Rancher, the alcoholic drink.
Mm.
Fun dip.
Yes, Fun
Fun
Dips
Dip was-
were awesome.
Okay. When they first started out, Fun Dip had 2 powders, red
Yep.
and purple. And then somewhere down the line, they added a 3rd powder and another stick.
Yep.
An apple flavor.
Was it apple?
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's something lime green apple something here. And Marathon bars. That was another one of my favorites.
I don't remember
Spree.
marathon bars.
I
Marathon
remember
bars,
them. I just didn't eat them.
caramel and chocolate, and it was a big long bar, like a 14 inches long. As a joke, they had a ruler on the back of the package on the packaging, and it was this caramel web, looked like a DNA strand.
Good
It was a
God.
caramel web
Oh,
dipped
okay.
in chocolate.
There's a British candy like that. I think they call it whips or something like that. There's somebody that would know.
What?
Y'all are gonna make me look this up, aren't you?
Yeah.
I already looked up the crayon thing. There is no Tabasco colored crayon.
They're not.
Yeah.
Nope.
Although McElhaney puts out what they refer to as a pepper pencil,
Okay.
and I'm not
I think
entirely sure, but it's for kids.
I think the British version is called Curly Whirly.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, and then trying to find is that the only picture? That's a terrible picture, but I'm going to pull it up anyway.
La-di-da.
See view image. I cannot find a good. Apparently, nobody ever bothered to take pictures of the damn thing. So,
watch Adventures of the Traveling TARDIS. One of the ladies on the show gets care packages from England. Yep.
Oh, Marathon. Yeah, I remember that.
That's a Curly Whirly. One of the ladies gets care packages from England. Fellow sends her all kinds of British candy, and she will consume it, and tell people what she thinks of it. And there are some things she does not think highly of, and the rest of it, it's like, oh, sorry, that was gone before you could see it because the camera does not film that fast. Should have been time lapse.
I like watching those type. There's a, it's called the Tri Channel, and it's a bunch of Irish people.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Of course,
know what you're talking about. Yep.
Now the alcohol tastings. There's one Sierra O'Doherty or Kiera O'Doherty. That girl. I watched this girl pound alcohol.
Oh, is that like the? She's Scottish or Irish? Can't remember which.
Irish.
Uh-huh.
And she would drink all of us under the table.
Yeah.
One at a time. I mean,
that isn't hard to do.
No, she would do it one at a time.
She would start with Joe, then you, then me. She wouldn't stop. She would take out all of us like a sniper. Okay. And
I think Michaela and I are probably the hardcore pair in this group.
I was going to say, have you met Donna? I mean, like.
Yeah. We've had that honor.
Girl can drink.
It's kind of like funny. She starts off not too loud, just, typical Irish talking about drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And but she gets more energetic the more she drinks.
More animated.
Animated. That's a damn good word for what she gets.
And when she drinks something for the first time, she's like, "Oh, that's lovely."
You remember her name, Joe?
Okay.
Kiera O'Doherty.
I'm probably subscribed to her channel.
You probably are.
Yeah.
But I love when she gets it when they get into tasting American candies. They're like, "Oh, there's too much sugar. Too much sugar. All I taste is sugar."
Isn't that the purpose of candy?
Yeah.
I had the unfortunate opportunity to taste that candy from Turkey. I can't think of what it's called right now, but it's the most horrible tasting thing in the world.
Oh,
Comes in a box.
Lindsay warns me about something called Turkish Delight, which features in
that might be it.
C.S.
Kiera O'Doherty.
O'Doherty. Yeah, that's what he said.
I actually found one of them.
Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Cocktail.
Hush. Yeah.
That's the voice. Yes,
That's
indeed.
the voice. Okay. I will post that here shortly.
Turkish Delight shows up in the C.S. Lewis stuff, the Aslan and
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe series.
Yes, that whatever the series is called, I'm forgetting what it is, but
Now I remember at
Narnia. The
Narnia. Thank you. Yes.
Chronicles of Narnia.
It's like taking the world's worst food and making a hard candy out of it.
Well, then it's not Turkish Delight because it's a salt.
Turkish Delight is wonderful. It's like a chocolate sundae on steroids.
I have
Nope.
My wife got me a box of it, and it lasted about 30 seconds. And
Who was it? Jelly Babies that made the candy that made the Jelly Babies that tasted like hairball lint and BO
No, that
smell and stuff like
That
that.
is, yeah,
that's jelly beans.
Jelly
That's
bellies.
beans.
Jelly bellies.
Jelly Belly
Bean
made
is
them. They
Jelly
made them
Belly.
for Harry Potter.
Okay, so that's basically what
Bertie,
this was.
Bertie Bott's mini flavor beans.
Bertie Bott's every flavor bean.
Yeah, this tasted nothing like candy. This
Yes,
and
I'm an aficionado there. Yes.
I had the misfortune of getting a vomit flavored one in my youth and lost my taste for it.
Yeah, there's one dirty socks. Like there's all kinds of
earwax.
I want to know how in the name of bleep. He knew what earwax tasted like.
Exactly.
Everybody knows what earwax tastes like.
Vomit tastes like.
I don't.
Never mind. I know that one. Never mind.
No. No.
But
Only
like,
you, John. Only
Hey, actually, Eskimos use earwax as chapstick.
ew. Thanks, Joe.
too much information.
Thanks for that thought.
Way too
Now,
much
here's the question.
And Sarah
And now
Heiser is
Sarah's
out of
leaving on that note. Look what you done now.
Don't blame her.
You ran off our biggest fan. Thanks, Joe.
Really?
No. Stephanie, you mainly went to the HallowCon's, right?
I went to quite
Liberty
a few of them, yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the guy there that had this little display set up and he said, for $1, I'll show you the strangest thing on earth?
Yes, that was Charles Strobel.
Yeah. And he opened it up and it was vegan haggis.
How the hell do you do that?
That is an abomination unto
Very
mankind.
gently.
Yeah. Now, I told him, I said, how about this? Let's go double or nothing. Let me show you something. He goes, what? I pulled my phone out, pulled it up, showed it to him. Caffeine-free diet Mountain Dew.
What the hell is the point of that?
Like non-flammable gasoline. For people that just like the gasoline smell but don't want a fire hazard.
Decaffeinated coffee. What the fuck is that?
Well, when you're talking about
that's all I can have.
I know.
My condolences.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I worked many a night shift on shuttle without any caffeine.
My respect.
Doesn't NASA make their own mess?
Much.
When you're talking about the vegan haggis, I listen to a noon farm report show on one of our local radio stations every day, and it's really a big deal to them about these companies saying veggie burgers. They're saying, no, wait a minute, you can't call them a burger if they're made out of vegetable, if they're made plant food. You have, and there's going to be a thing out to where it's some sort of bill that they want to get passed saying that they're not allowed not only to not use the name of an animal-based food in their product if it doesn't come from the same animal, but they are not even allowed to have their frozen veggie burgers in the freezer section next to a regular frozen burger in the freezer section. They have to take that completely away from that because that is a distraction and misguided information.
That's
as far as it being a burger or steak or anything else, hot dog, whatever.
John, I got some of the Black Rifle Coffee Company's decaf. I can't drink it. It's got too much caffeine in it.
What's up with this coffee, Black Rifle Coffee? Why does everybody talk about it?
They are a veteran-owned and operated coffee company, and they make extremely dark coffee. Just everything they do is dark coffee.
It's really good.
It's really good coffee,
but it's really
But they're
strong.
also all of their commercials are very conservative Republic American kind of gun, pro gun and pro rocket launcher, pro hand grenade, pro helicopter. Just they have some very funny commercials. You go to YouTube, look up Black Rifle Coffee. It's
okay. I've never seen the commercial. I've seen the coffee actually in a couple of the stores around here, but and then I hear you guys talk about it. I thought, okay, what's up with it? And I know you talk about how strong it is, and that puts me to mind of Jolt Cola, back in the day.
In this bag is there's a little vent, I think, in the very back of the bag. And every time I squeeze this thing, my room just has this just awesome coffee aroma.
You can get a buzz off the
just the smelling it. It's like
jet fuel.
Yeah. Now I drank some before one of the Thursday night episodes of Stupid O'Clock. I went to bed at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
My local Ace Hardware started carrying. I walked in there, looked over at I was standing at the cash register getting ready to check out, and they had it there right next to the cash register. Apparently, they knew I was coming. So,
there's one born every minute.
I spent $2 on a spring. Okay, just a spring. Okay, $15 on the coffee.
Do they have them in Keurig pods or?
Yeah, they have them in Keurig pods.
Yes. They do. Just looking that up.
But I just happen to have a Mr. Coffee laying around here that I keep for emergency. I have several backup coffee makers.
Now, John, have you tried any yet?
Not yet.
I'm gonna tell you like this: it makes marine coffee take a step back and salute.
Okay. I have camouflaged fighting positions with my coffee. It was that dark. Okay. A canteen, one of the metal canteen cups comes with your canteen, and a paintbrush, and I was slapping it on wood that we had cut just to make it darker so it wouldn't stand out so much. So,
I can recommend that Waking Dragon coffee that Ted Davies goes on about, because I've actually ordered some, and that's some pretty good coffee. Let me tell you.
Infantry starter pack right here. Okay.
Oh, Tabasco sauce and
Black Rifle, or any strong coffee.
Now,
do they have a variety?
Put the Tabasco sauce in the coffee, do you?
No, I mean in the same package. Do they have several different ones in case you want to try to see what ones you like? Right.
Well, I do not know, but that would be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be, because I think that would probably help them out.
Bless you.
Don't die.
I'm going to their.
They do have a mixed coffee rounds K-cup bundle.
Now they're proud of it.
Mm-hmm. Have y'all seen the little espresso K-cups? They're not even big enough to put in a regular K-cup. You got to buy a special machine. They're like half size.
Well, I think there's a lot of the newer Keurigs have a little insert that you can put in there to do the espressos, because we just
have to.
Laura just bought a new one for her dad. And it had something like that with it, but.
And I'll say this real quick. To any of you folks that have veterans serving overseas and you're trying to think of something to send them, that's a pretty good send them right there. Okay. Just find out whether or not they drink coffee. If they're in the military, the answer is yes. And then find out what type of coffee making apparatus they have. I would suggest just plain old ground coffee, and they can figure it out from there. Mm-hmm. How hard is it to boil water? Wait a minute. I keep forgetting we have Marines.
Well, hey.
A
couple of my best buddies are Marines.
Well, you ask a Marine how to boil water, and they'll pull out a thermite grenade. Okay.
Well, that's not. Yeah,
it works. But
it's a little overkill. Yeah.
The United States Marine Corps.
Distance is everything. Product placing,
I've been trying to find the or
they
something.
say it's not what you got, it's how you use it. So
hey, Back in the
I guess I gotta do
50s,
something right.
they actually determined the correct distance to place a pizza from the atomic explosion so that it was perfectly cooked. This was a calculation somebody did. They experimented to find out. This was research.
John, I'm still trying to find the or something to heat my MREs with.
You know, well, you got rock or something.
Yeah.
As,
And I ain't found an or something yet.
I actually, when I was stationed in Iraq, I actually found a really nice rock out in front of our barracks.
Oh, please, John, don't give me straight lines.
Took my Sharpie marker and in my best, military handwriting, wrote rock or something. And I would find these rocks just laying around because they were riverbed rocks that they were using for the parking lots and everything. And they were about the size of, you're about the size of your hand. They're hard to walk on, but they were great to park on. So I started finding it. And I would leave them laying around for people to find, just rock or something everywhere.
Kilroy was here.
Hey, you get bored staring at the same desert for a year, so you got to figure out something to do.
All right, and it's time to wrap it up, guys. We didn't even get to play our little songy.
What?
Our little what?
It's not almost. It is the end of the show.
Well, almost, yeah.
Well, with that, we got to say it's time to say good night, everybody.
Good night.
Vaya con Dios, amigos.
Good night.
What?
What?
Dan, are you doing Last Man Standing tonight?
Yes, I am, for about an hour.
Okay, I just thought about that. We need to get that in here before we do it. Okay, now you hit buttons, Joe.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Are we sure? Everything's good.
Everybody okay?
Don't you dare
Everybody good with
interrupt.
this? Okay.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
I have slit the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand, and touched the face of God.
I am Frau Blücher.